this year.
A powerful post-game tribute to families affected by pediatric cancer. From custom jerseys designed by young patients to a lantern ceremony lighting up the field. It's a night of remembrance, resilience, and hope. Now, May 17th is also DIPG Awareness Day. So this morning we are joined with the team president, Brad, here with the Columbia Fireflies to tell us more about the stories behind this meaningful event. Brad, thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and start with where this all came from. This is obviously the first one that we're doing here in Columbia, but this isn't the first one that I've seen before, right?
Yes. So going back a couple of years, our friends up in Kannapolis with the Cannonballers, you know, they presented on this and talked about this amazing event that they had done. And so we heard about it, we saw it, and it was like, man, that would be amazing. But you always want to have kind of that personal tie. And over the off season, we were talking with one of our season ticket members. They've been with us since the beginning and since 2016. Their granddaughter, who had come to games since she was less than a year old, actually passed away last year, and it was DIPG, so very fast growing, rare brain tumor. Diagnosis to when she passed away was less than a month. And so we talked with them, and they said, hey, we see you do all these fun things with different causes, you know, and they said, we would love to somehow, you know, just honor our granddaughter, because we had so many great memories with her here, and we've seen you do jersey auctions, we've seen you do different things. So we said, what can we do? And so at that point, we already had a dino night planned for May 17th, but kids love dinos, and so it's like, why don't we do something a little bit different with this? And so we got with the guys in Kannapolis. We said, hey, can you connect us with the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation? We want to look into doing this promotion and doing something similar. And so that's kind of where it started, and now it's really taking off, and I think we're going to have, you know, a really great first year of this, and I think something that we want to really turn into almost an annual event.
And it's also really sweet to know that it all came from personal ties.
Yeah,
That's somebody
absolutely.
that family who always came to the games too.
Yeah, it really hit home when talking with her family, talking with her mother, and they sent over a bunch of pictures, and I mean, you see all of the times that they had together at the ballpark, and she's smiling and having fun, and princess night, she's dressed up like a princess and meeting all these princesses we had at the ballpark. And so you see that, and you know that personal connection to them, this is going to mean so much to them, and really that's what it's about, is we want to provide an opportunity for them to honor their granddaughter and their daughter, and then we also want to have a special night for some other families who either have lost a child or are going through this, or have a child who survived, but as you know, with cancer, there's always that other side that's kind of sitting there, and so this will be a chance for them to really get a fun night out, to get away from it all, and then also for them to see the community. You know, the lantern ceremony is really a visual of, hey, this community is behind you.
So let's talk about the lanterns. They're all different colors, right?
Right, exactly. So there's going to be blue lanterns. Those will be in honor of those that we've lost. Yellow lanterns are going to be for survivors. So blue lanterns will kind of be around the pitcher's mound, yellow lanterns in the infield, and then the entire outfield will be white lanterns, and that is just the community support. And so anybody who donates for a lantern or makes a donation, we're going to have a lantern out on the field to represent that donation. And I think we'll share some stories. There will be about a 10 or 15 minute ceremony after the game before the fireworks, and I really think that's where it's going to be really powerful for people to hear the stories, because, you know, I think for those who haven't gone through it, they've got a connection somewhere, you know, whether it's a friend or a family member or a distant relative, you know, and so I think there's that connection for everybody, and I think because of that, everybody can kind of come together and really enjoy a night where they're honoring those who have passed, but also, you know, providing hope for those who are still fighting.
And the community is honoring them, but also talk about the jerseys.
Yeah, so the jerseys were a cool way to tie it all together. So we've got these dinosaur themed jerseys. We got with Camp Chemo, and so they had some of their patients who are going through cancer treatments give designs. So the actual design is, you know, designed by a kid who's going through cancer treatments right now. So that's the main design, and then we wanted that tie-in with the family that were really doing this and kind of got this all started. So Vanessa, who is the little girl who lost her battle, her handprint is on
Right
the
there.
sleeve of the jersey, and then she drew a picture of some flowers, and so that's a part of it as well. So yeah, there's a really cool tie in there, and I think for the family, you know, the best thing that I've heard is just talking with her mom. Her mom, you know, said, this is the first thing I've been excited about in a long time. And so when you go through that, and when you know just the heartbreak that you know, that they've gone through, to hear that and say, okay, we're providing some joy.
I mean, you talk about it,
Yeah.
a parent should never have to bury a
Absolutely.
child. We
Yeah.
talk about that all
Yeah.
the time too. So talk about how the community can get involved as well. So the game is happening tomorrow.
Yep, so it's tomorrow, so I would encourage everybody to come out. It's going to be a really powerful night, I
Yeah.
think, you know, to be a part of. And when you see the entire field covered in light and you hear the stories of these families,
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a big thing to be a part of. We do have, you know, it is Dino Night, so we're going to have dinos. So bring your kids out, have
it'll
some
be
fun.
fun.
There's going to be life-size dinosaurs and
Aw.
different things like that. And then if they can't make it, or if they are coming to the game, either way, you can still donate. And all of the proceeds from the donations are going to go to the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation. So, you know, providing research, providing, you know, resources for these families that are
Right.
going through this. And then, you know, the other thing is you can also bid on these jerseys if you're at the game. So anybody who wants to bid on a jersey, they can bid on it, and then all the proceeds from that are going to go to some different organizations that support these families too.
I love
So
this. This is a great inaugural event.
Absolutely.
Gets the ball rolling with the Columbia
Yeah.
Fireflies. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is
Yeah.
going to be a great event to please put on your calendar because it's for a great cause.
absolutely. for sure.
Yes. Well, actually, the weather is definitely going to be hot. So if you
Yeah.
are going to the game, you definitely want to bring a bottle of water or two, right, Daniel?
Yeah, things are going to be heating up over the next few days. It's pretty